Okay. Hi, and welcome to the Y'all Ain't Right podcast. I'm Brittany. I'm here with Tyler and Todd. And before you do anything else, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Be sure to watch on YouTube. We've got a lot of pictures and videos popping up as you listen. And also, we have our own little subcategory on YouTube where you can find all of our real estate bonus episodes. Those are just specific to real estate since we are all real estate agents. You can find our information in the details in the description with our phone numbers, and also our email is holler@yarpod.com. We can help you with pretty much anything in East Tennessee, and then anything outside of our state that we're not licensed for, we can help you find a suitable agent so we can vet them before you even talk to them. So contact us, and we'd love to help you out. So anyway, today we're talking about ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's the right time of year for that. It's getting pretty hot out there.
It's almost like I do it on purpose.
Yeah, almost.
I was going to say, I tried stopping the other day for ice cream at McDonald's.
Yeah?
And guess what?
No.
Yes.
You don't.
I've heard there's an app.
I was about to say.
I heard that too, but
you don't have the app.
I
for
was
that?
also,
Like,
I can't remember where I was going, but I like to stop and just get an ice cream and a Diet Coke. And I always ask for a large ice cream, even though they have one side. I'm subliminally trying to force them to make my ice cream bigger. Because sometimes you have these people, if you go enough, some people are not very good at getting ice cream, or they make somebody else get it. It's always funny watching, because a lot of the younger kids, especially if they're new, they will not try to do the whole ice cream thing. Or they do, and it's just literally just like...
Yeah, that's going to depend on the operator or the managers.
Yes, but a lot of times they'll ask to somebody else to make it instead of them trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was no ice cream or no milkshakes that day. So I was like...
And I can say from experience, it looks super easy. It is not easy to learn.
It's not that bad. I used to work.
It's really easy.
I worked at a Dairy Queen. You know how long it takes to learn?
I worked at Dairy Ace at my parents' restaurant, and I used to. Because people are dumb, but it's easy to do.
And Dairy Queen too. You're not just doing this. You've got to do the perfect little balls and then the swirl on top.
I worked at an amusement park and we had ice cream, and it was easy.
Hey, once you learn,
but
but teaching teenage kids, because that's usually who works there.
I did it a million times, and I wouldn't do it every day, so it's super easy.
We would just get a cone, get a big steel tub, and say, keep doing it until you get it right. And then they would just, make it and scrape it off, make another one, scrape it off, and just keep doing it until you got it.
See, now with the dipped cones, since you worked at Dairy Queen, was that, I feel like it would fall off of the cone. I feel like that would be super sketchy.
Their mix is a little...
So you have to, run it before you use it, because what stays in the tube is going to be closer to room temperature at the bottom. So liquid comes out first. So if liquid goes in the cone, if you didn't do it right, then sure, it'll fall out. But if you prime it, like if you run it just a little bit and then make your cone, then it'll stay in there and you can dip it as much as you want.
Our cone connoisseur over here.
Yeah. Well, I was a manager at a Dairy Queen, so I've broken those machines down. I've rebuilt them. I've 5 years of that. I know it's like I could still do it. If I go somewhere that has one of those self-serve little ice cream things, like if you go to a buffet somewhere that's got those, like Golden Corral, Gondolier, something like that. Gondolier, not that place. Anyway, you go somewhere that's got one of those, I can still do it. Nice muscle memory.
The health codes and the inspections on those, they run tests on the inside, the bacteria and stuff like that. So they're a little bit more strict than your normal stuff.
It's a process.
I can't remember if we broke ours down every single night or it was every single week. It was one of the two, but we broke it all the way down. I think every night you have
to. I know at the amusement park they broke it down every day.
You're supposed to.
We broke it down every day.
Minimum it was every week, probably every day. I'm going to say every day.
Yeah. Every day. I remember for a fact it was every day.
You're supposed to break it down every day, and then like once or twice a week you have to take it through a full cleaning cycle where it has to run through. But the machine itself has whatever the manufacturer suggests for clean cycles and stuff too, and you've got to put powder mix in, and it's a whole thing.
I'm pretty sure they cleaned it out every single day, like even the mixes and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're supposed to, I think, but a lot of places
there's a lot of
don't.
moving parts, the blades and all that fun stuff in there. I remember those kids.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to rebuild one.
Yeah. You can buy them, though. They're not terribly expensive now.
Yeah.
For the small.
You would.
I like my soft serve ice cream.
A lot-
I like McDonald's, and I know it's not ice cream
Yeah.
It's
really not.
delicious.
because I think its milk solids are lower. It's ice milk.
Yeah, it's really
is what they
weird.
call it.
It's really weird the way that it.
Because
Yeah.
it doesn't have enough butter or not butter, milk solids, so it can't be called ice cream.
I don't care what it is. It's amazing.
As it is good. I think it's my favorite as far as like the ice creams.
I don't know, Freddy's.
That's what I was just thinking. Freddy's and Dairy Queen are
So
my.
is Freddy's ice cream or is that a yogurt?
It's definitely an ice cream. It's a custard,
Yeah, I was going to say custard.
but
That's
it's
it.
still not yogurt.
That's what I meant.
But it's
custard.
it's
yeah.
thick and creamy. Like
I don't know. I like McDonald's.
I honestly,
But they're notorious for being down.
for me, McDonald's is bottom tier. Like
Really?
yeah, I hate McDonald's ice cream. I'll eat it if I have to, but I don't
Hate.
like it. Oh no, yeah, like I will go out of my way to not have like if it's ice cream time, I'm not going to McDonald's.
If it's ice cream time.
Yeah, like if somebody says let's go get ice cream, I'm like okay, cool, Freddy's, like not McDonald's or Dairy Queen. Freddy's and Dairy Queen. Sonic is
I'm a peanut butter parfait for
yeah,
if I go to Dairy Queen.
yeah,
I miss Dairy King.
yeah, no.
When I was pregnant, I wanted like red slushies almost every day. But the slushie machine is worse than the McDonald's ice cream machine.
But I feel like there's a lot of more choices there. You
I
can at least
never
hit-
got one. I never got one because everywhere that I went, it was down, it was this, it was that. So I ended up with a lot of milkshakes as a compromise.
Did you see Wendy's new thing? Like they've got their flavored Frosties. So they've got like Frosties with like the twist of flavor in there. So it's not just, vanilla or chocolate ice cream. You can get vanilla, chocolate, or twist ice cream, and they've got like a flavor swirl.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I feel like
pretty,
our
I haven't tried it yet.
fearless podcast leader could have done some prep today and brought some samples.
Yeah, no
I'm
kidding.
not bringing ice cream for breakfast.
We've got a freezer here, I think.
Yeah, it'd work. It'd keep.
I feel like we missed this opportunity.
Well, hey, next week you're gonna have some little snackies. So
Probably do tofu or something.
I'll make some cauliflower wings if you keep at it.
That's
Tofu, cauliflower wings.
I will
Todd's gonna boycott
turn this
the
table upside down if we have cauliflower.
Not tell you what it is either.
Oh, I'm the most picky eater you will ever meet.
He says that now he's gonna be like, these are great, and not realize that they're cauliflower.
I'm not a cauliflower.
It's chicken flavored.
I stopped myself from swearing. I'm trying to be a better person.
Are you?
So Martha Washington, she has an ice cream recipe that I found. Apparently they were really big into ice cream. And
I feel like it would have been a luxury.
Yeah. Did they have ice cream that far back?
well, see, I was talking about,
Yeah.
oh, that's such a luxury. Brett's like, yeah, he
They used
is
to
the
make it on
president
Little-
of the United States.
Little
I'm
House
sure
on
he
the
had it.
Prairie, they used to make it.
I tried to read it. We can post this on the screen. But I tried to read it. It's not even necessarily, I guess it is cursive, but it's rough.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Although
There-
she's probably writing with a quill.
Throw it in ChatGPT. I bet it can.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll put you in charge of that,
See,
Todd.
sugar, milk, ice, salt.
There's a lot of words on
Eggs.
there.
yeah, but like they
I
would-
just sent it to you. You put
Vanilla.
it in ChatGPT. I don't know how to work that stuff.
Vanilla.
they did not have the mechanics to make ice back then, so they would have had to have shipped ice from somewhere that it naturally forms.
I did read something about how he would have like a shipped ice block or
Yeah.
something like that and had to chisel ice off of
Keep
it.
it
I
in
don't
the
know.
ice house with sawdust and easy peasy.
Yeah, I'll let Todd put that one in there. But Martha Washington, we've covered this on a previous episode before, but her maiden name was Dandridge, and that's where the town in Dandridge gets its name.
I feel like I don't remember ever knowing that. So,
I'm so
So-
glad you listened.
fun fact.
Okay, let's see.
Was it able to read it?
Yep. Really easy. Okay, so ice cream. A bottle of good cream. 2, it says gills, so I'm going to bet that's 2 gallons of milk. Half pound of sugar. 6 yolks of eggs. And then you mix, pull the cream on the fire in a copper pot or note, which I'm sure there's some. Put nothing in it till it boils. Near boiling, take it off. Pour it gently into the mixture of yolks and sugar. Stir it well. Put on the fire again, stirring it thoroughly with a spoon. Prevent it from sticking on the bottom. When you hear boiling, take it off and pass it through a sieve. Then set it in ice for an hour before it is wanted. Put it into a sabatier, which I'm not sure what that is, a pail surrounded by ice and salt. A layer of ice, a layer of salt, repeated. Put salt on, cover the lid of the sabatier, and cover the whole with ice. 10 minutes, open and loosen spatula from the front, stirring it from the sides. Shut it and replace it with ice and open from time to time to do that. So you're going to keep scraping it down because your outside's going to be colder. When we'll take, which it's really hard. That's not good grammar. Stir it well with a spatula. Put it in molds. Just getting it well done on the knee. I don't know what that means. So, bucket of ice. Leave it for a moment. Serving. Withdraw and immerse mold in warm water so it pulls out. Turning it well till it comes out and turn it onto a plate. We'll put the recipe online, but
I'm gonna.
Will we, though?
I might attempt to make that and bring that in for you guys.
it's a pretty straightforward recipe. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Just
you know,
modernize the
cream,
a ton of
milk,
sugar.
I don't think
6 yolks.
I don't know the
No, wait, half pound. Okay, that's 8 ounces. That's not that much. That's a cup.
For 2. It says gills. I don't know if that's
That's what I was
I'm
about to
sure
say.
it's
I don't
gotta
know.
be gallons.
Yeah, I'm bet it is. I don't know if that was a unit of measure back then, or
Yeah,
if
I'm
it's
sure it
like
was.
4 quarts.
I'll do a little
or,
research
yeah.
and I'll make that
But
and
it's
bring
pretty
it in
good that
sometime.
it translated that. I mean,
Yeah, that would be interesting. Here's Martha Washington's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no vanilla, no nothing.
That's pretty interesting.
No flavoring.
I always think it's cool when you find stuff like that and then you can make it in modern. Yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, that's exactly how I'd make it.
Have you ever made ice cream at home?
Yeah, I remember as a kid. TBT be translating. As a kid, we used to do it. I remember. I think we had a hand cranked one.
Oh, you went for it. We made it in school. We'd put it in the Ziploc bags, and then it was like coarse salt and ice in another bag surrounding the one
Yeah.
that had all the ingredients in it, and they'd be like, shake it, shake it, shake it.
Yeah.
And
We did that too.
and then you'd
remember
cut a
doing
hole
it.
in the bag, and the best part of it was that it was a little bit salty from that salt that was in the other Ziploc bag whenever you
I don't
drink it.
think those two things are supposed to touch.
I was gonna
They
say,
weren't, but it always did.
Stick in your mouth.
I mean, I'm like, what, 8 years old?
Oh, yeah. Mm-mm.
making your own soft
Instructions.
cern.
You're supposed to use rock salt, like the big pieces. But, yeah.
Yeah.
And those you don't really want to eat, so, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
We recently made
Salt.
some at home,
Yeah.
probably like last year when we did that method. And I just used the coarse salt.
Yeah, and you can get those homemade ice cream makers, and it, like, you know, you plug it in and you put the salt around it and it rotates. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they make one for the KitchenAid mixers too.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would be pretty easy to do, I think.
Just a double.
Homemade ice cream from the 1700s.
I'm a vanilla and a ton of peanut butter. That's my go-to.
I've never tried peanut butter. That's a good idea.
I almost put as much peanut butter as I do ice cream on it.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
good call.
I like peanut butter, but I don't know if I like it that much.
I literally do. I mean, I will go through a freaking tub if I have a gallon of ice cream.
That Ben and Jerry's, it gets me.
I just do vanilla. Every once in a while, I'll go like a Rocky Road or something funky, but I like vanilla and peanut butter.
It's because you are vanilla.
Hey,
Have you ever made snow cream?
we've talked about this before. No,
Yeah.
never have.
Every time that it snows, well, second snow, not the first snow.
No. So apparently,
Yeah. Old wives' tales.
Yeah.
where I read it's talking about how, let's see,
Go for the
you wouldn't
yellow
use this
snow.
first or the second. It said
The third.
You wait until the
Yeah.
third to make sure that it was pure enough. And I'm like, I don't know if that's accurate, but
It's supposed to, the first 2 snows get all the impurities out of the air, and then the second,
Sure.
yeah. And I'm like,
sure.
I
I don't know if I believe
I
that.
feel like if that's on the ground already and you get snow,
Yeah.
that might be,
That's probably where it came from, but
yeah, just don't get the yellow snow. That's
But
all.
snow cream is fresh snow with milk, sugar, and vanilla.
yep. It's pretty easy to make.
Doesn't Mayfield do one or
Yeah. It's seasonal, but they do.
it's vanilla?
It's a
ice
lie.
cream?
It's
I was
not.
gonna
It's
say that's
vanilla
what I
ice
said.
cream.
I bet if I look at the recipe, it is the exact same thing.
If you took their vanilla ice cream and their snow cream right next to each other, they do not taste the
I
same.
bet you $100.
I have
Oh,
tried
they
them
tweak
both.
the recipe a
Yes.
titch. It's still not.
I mean,
snow
it's not like
cream.
they go out there and scoop up snow.
Exactly.
No.
So,
But they
Lies.
probably have a heavier like ice mixture to it.
yeah, probably crystallize it and
Yeah.
let it defrost and then freeze it again.
It's definitely a different texture.
You know, Mayfield is out of Athens, Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to the Mayfield plant a few times, and I had my cousin work there.
I've stopped by and taken pictures of the cow
Yeah.
on more than one occasion when I was showing down.
Yeah.
I always bought the Mayfield milk whenever we went to the store. I've not seen it in several months. I don't know if it's we started going to Kroger instead of Walmart. I don't know if that's
Maybe.
what happened or
I don't know who carries, because I don't. Mayfield is more expensive than your standard brand stuff, so I
I'd
don't.
rather buy local.
Yeah.
It's all local. Like the Kroger stuff, they source local and stuff like that, but it doesn't have the Mayfield. It might be a small independent, whatever they buy it from, and then
Well, in
slap the
Mayfield,
Kroger on it.
Mayfield is notorious for doing the same kind of thing. They outsource milk and they run it through their systems.
Well, they
and put
buy
their
it.
logo
Yeah, they don't
on
have
it.
their own farm. They buy the.
Yeah.
You know.
They do have the. Well, they did. I don't know if they still do, but I have been to a Mayfield dairy farm on a field trip way back in the day when I was in school. That was like
Yeah.
100 years ago. So I know they do have the dairy farms. I just don't know if there are any left around here.
You've been to Sweetwater Farms ice cream?
I've not tried their ice cream. I've tried their cheese. I've had a lot of their cheeses, and they're phenomenal. I think it was maybe a habanero cheddar or something along those lines. There was one that was like a Parmesan that had, I think it was a habanero Parmesan. Anyway, it tasted smoky. Like it kind of almost tasted bacony or something like that. And it was just a tad spicy. And I put that in my tomato cream sauce
Oh, that would be good.
for when I put it on pasta. Oh my gosh, game changer.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I haven't been there in years. I haven't been. It's been a long time. They've got their little like shop is pretty cool. Hey y'all, Tyler here with your real estate tip of the day. When you're buying raw land with the intention of building a structure, you will need to have a soil map drawn. This map must be conducted by a county-approved soil scientist, and it's used to evaluate the type of soil, the soil density, possibility of shifting, and potential for water absorption. Builders need this when considering setting the foundation footing, and in some cases there's too much risk for settling or shifting and you can't build on that land. If you don't have access to a sewer, then you'll need a septic tank and the drain field. If the soil map shows a high possibility of absorption, then the soil map will suffice and you won't have to go any further. If not, the soil scientist will need to do a percolation test. Basically, they dig several holes, fill them with water, and measure how fast the ground can absorb that water. The rate of absorption will determine whether or not you can have a septic system, and in some cases, unfortunately, you can't. If that's the case, the land may not work for your needs. If you have any questions about this, or questions about other real estate topics, let us know over at holler@yarpod.com.
Well, one of my favorites is Cruise Farms. I know you haven't been, Tyler, but
Shame on me for not going to a local staple.
okay. So they've got the regular menu that we know about, the ice cream, and they have several locations, and the menu kind of changes per location. So if you go to the downtown one, I mean, there's always a line out the
Always a
door,
line.
but it is absolutely spectacular.
I'll have to get a Coke float. I haven't had one in forever. I just saw that. I was like, that's been forever since I've had a float.
Well, we went to the East Knoxville location. I like to go into that one because
Where's it at?
East Knoxville. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I
actually,
about freaking was gonna go crazy there for a second.
You hold the compass up and you just figure out which way is east.
I about went.
no,
We were gonna have to do some editing there for a second. I was literally like,
it's almost like you're headed near the Seymour area. I don't know if that's necessarily their east. I remember seeing their East Knoxville listed on their website, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm directionally challenged. It's near Seymour and South Knoxville, and somehow maybe attached to East Knoxville. I don't know, but
I don't think she has
I
any
was gonna say
idea.
that. Okay, I'll look it
Somewhere
up.
in Knox
Google
County.
it.
I'll look it
There's-
up.
There's one that it's like this brick building, and it has a little patio area, and you go inside, and it looks like a Mass General store on the inside.
I got hot there for a second.
East Knoxville.
But they have stuff other than ice cream.
Oh, man.
I got a cherry limeade, frozen cherry limeade. While I was there, it was spectacular. And then we got some ice cream, and they also sell milk from their farm. And I love their milk. Brett wasn't big on it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it was fresher, so it was thicker, and I like that.
So I
think
grew
he's
up
into
where
that.
we used to go. It was called Hutter's Dairy Farm. It was right down the road. I mean, it was glass bottles whenever I was a kid. I mean, they finally switched to plastic bottles, but they were, you recycled the bottles and stuff like that. But it was a little dairy farm and stuff like that. I grew up with that. So we always had, I want to say, fresh milk and stuff like that from them.
God, so good. And you'd have to shake it and then like scrape the cream off the top whenever you'd.
I'm like licking my lips. Sorry about that.
Todd's like,
But they-
no, I want it.
That's my favorite. I would always get the Dutch German chocolate milk whenever I would get it because it was like super thick.
Yeah.
And they sell gallons of regular milk. They also sell chocolate milk and stuff. So good.
Yeah, I love fresh chocolate milk
They have
from
a
a small dairy.
Nutella shake too.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I know. I was just looking at that. I'm like, man, now I want to go and visit there just for the ice cream.
And they've
peanut
got you a
butter-
peanut butter shake.
Yeah, what's the peanut butter dip? Is that like a hard shelled?
Yeah, like a shell.
I think all those dips, dip your cone. It's
I didn't know there was a peanut butter one.
toasted coconut dip.
Yeah, they've got a cherry dip too.
Cherry and chocolate are like your staples.
Yeah, I
when
was
it
gonna
comes to
say you
dip
see the
cones.
cherry a lot, but
And butterscotch used to be a big one for like at Dairy Queen. They had butterscotch dips. So butterscotch and cherry and chocolate. And for the longest time, they got rid of butterscotch and didn't have it at all. And then at one point, it was just chocolate. And then they started bringing it back. And now they alternate different flavors. So I don't know. I haven't been to Dairy Queen for a dip cone in God knows how long.
Did you see where Dave Portnoy? So they have pizza at, I know, at least one of their locations. Did you see where he did the review?
I think I did see that one.
Did you see it, Tyler? Okay, we got to play it.
Pizza review time. We were at Cruz Farm in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're in town for game day. So we ended up here, and I love it. Do a quick spinaroo. Do a spinorama. People always ask Dave, if you didn't do this, what would you do? Honestly, I find places like this and just like do deep dives. I love this story. Started in 1980. Sherry met Earl. Earl was a fourth generation dairy farmer. Sherry just wanted a horse. They meet. 3 months later, they get married. They're selling door-to-door milk. They have leftover milk. What do you do with leftover milk? You make great ice cream. So it goes from milk to ice cream and then pizza. The ice cream, which I will try later, if it's anything less than 11, I'll be disappointed. Milk, ice cream, pizza. Take a big dump. It's pretty good. It's light, a little greasy. 7.3. It's good. It is just a little bit greasy. All right, that's the pizza. Let's go do what the show is. The ice cream and the milk. A little complicated, the order of the process. They don't know who the fuck I am, which I absolutely love. But here's a sweet cream bonus review here from Cruz Farm. One bite one lick. Everybody knows the rules. 9.3. I knew it was gonna be in the nines. How could it not be? I don't know if you can get ice cream right straight from the udder of a cow, but this is basically it. Chocolate milk, whole milk review, again, straight from the cow. Chocolate milk's a 9.8. I don't even like chocolate milk. Oh my God. 9.2 on the whole milk. This place is an electric factory. Sherry and Earl, you did it big. 3.
caught it.
You've seen it.
I've seen it, but it's been so long. But I can always tell.
Yeah.
I always do that whenever he's like talking about it. I'm like, he gives it a.
Yeah, I don't ever watch this stuff. Like,
I do. I go down
every
that
now
rabbit.
and then.
Everyone, I go down that rabbit hole, and then the next one pops up after it and stuff like that.
Yeah, you teach your algorithm that that's the kind of stuff you like, and then you see it. Imagine that.
Pretty bad. ChatGPT was recording that whole time.
Yeah. All I see is stupid real estate videos. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I've not had their pizza, and that's
I don't think they don't do pizza at the downtown location. I don't believe.
No.
I'll have to stop down there. I'll find out where it is in South Knox.
Are you sure it's not East Knox? Because
I have no idea. It's in Knoxville. Okay, guys.
Southeast.
The
Knox.
one that Dave Portnoy went to is the one that we go to.
How far away from your house is it? Never mind.
she doesn't know.
I would say 10 minutes.
Okay, so
it's not more than 15.
It's south.
South Knox, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Anyways,
Hilarious.
Oh, we've had an ice cream truck coming through our neighborhood here
I heard
recently.
mine neighborhood one couple earlier this week. I think.
What's your ice cream order?
I like the Nutty Buddy.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
What is the
Mr. Parfait over here.
What is the pink one with the like crunchies on the outside? What's
Oh,
that
I know what
called?
you're talking about. I
Yeah,
don't
that
remember
one.
what
the strawberry shortcake or whatever. That's
I don't think it's shortcake, is it though?
Yeah, shortcake, cheesecake, something like that.
It's strawberry.
Yeah.
But it's like got the crunchies on the outside.
TJ gets the popsicle with the strawberry crunchy stuff all the time. So, not from a food truck or whatever, or ice cream truck. He just gets it at the store.
Or the what's the cone? Something wishbone or something like that.
I got no answers.
A cone. That's all we're going off of.
Yeah, but it's like a sugar cone.
Isn't that most cones?
No, that they
Does it have
have
the
that you have the
chocolate
wrapper.
topping?
Yeah. Is that the Nutty Buddy or is that the?
I don't know.
I don't know any of the
It's
names.
like a wishbone or
Never heard it called wishbone.
it's something
Drumstick
like that.
or
Drumstick.
something.
I think it is drumstick.
Yeah. Okay. I was like wishbone and ice
Drumstick.
cream have never. I can't.
Well,
yeah.
it's a drumstick. I mean, how is that not different than?
Very different.
It's a bone.
It's a bone.
Well, but I mean, it's
Related.
doesn't really fit to be an ice cream.
I would always get the orange push pop, the sherbet.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
choice. I
Yeah.
like that too.
That's a classic.
Sherbet's a good alternative. Plus, it's not really messy, especially
Yeah.
on a hot.
Ice cream makes me thirsty.
You know, I've been this close to buying one of those stupid little rolled ice cream things and just going and setting up somewhere. Like, I'm going to do the food
you're
truck
always
thing.
trying different business ventures, but you only try them for like 15 minutes. So
I was
don't spend
gonna
that
say,
much money.
You're not wrong.
Are you doing a like the table with that's frozen?
Yeah, it's
He's
like
not
it's a
doing
frozen
any of
table and you just roll the ice cream. You haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
those?
think there's a lot more to that one than just a table one.
No, it's so easy.
Yeah.
No, you got to have the mix and everything
Well,
else. and-
yeah, you just pull it out,
Do
pour it on. and-
advertising so people know where you're at. You're not doing that.
Yeah,
I might.
do
You never
not
know.
do that.
I don't like people enough to do
do
that.
not do that. I feel it.
My cousin owns a coffee truck. I could just learn from her.
There you go. There you go.
I think you set up a hot dog stand, you'd do better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it's hot this time of year, so ice cream.
Every time I go to Lowe's or Home Depot,
I will go there just for the hot dog guy. Dirty dogs. They're so good,
keep
though.
my mouth shut.
Oh my gosh, I can't deal with either of you.
Done dirt cheap.
Tyler is cheap.
It's not an AC/DC song.
Ooh, okay. The first ice cream cone was popularized at the 1904 World's Fair.
Huh.
I feel like that tracks. That happens a lot.
That would make sense. Is the World's Fair even a thing anymore? Like, do they do that? I mean, still?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I know the last one in Knoxville was in the 80s, and that was the last time it ever...
Yeah.
No, I've heard of a few like Seattle and New York and stuff like that. I don't think they're profitable. They're like the Olympics. I think they always end up losing money and sound like a much better idea for the community
Yeah.
at the time.
Oh my gosh. the best ever food review show on YouTube. I love that guy. And most of his stuff is done in Asia because he lives in Asia. But occasionally he'll travel the United States, whatever. He's from the U.S., I'm pretty sure. But he did a fair kind of episode. And there was one of them where they had a garlic fair. And he tried some garlic ice cream.
I've seen it.
That sounds awful.
I would be willing to try that.
I'll try.
But you eat garlic raw, so yeah.
I mean, like,
You just like walk around snacking on garlic cloves.
I mean,
basically.
roasted garlic is like sweet as candy.
I mean, I like garlic, but not at that level.
I've had it on desserts before, like candied bits.
Yeah,
I've never had
not.
anything like that.
Me either.
He said it was pretty good. He liked
I
it.
feel like in a small amount won't be bad. I'd try it.
Yeah.
It's like pickle ice cream. You can eat pickle ice cream. I got a pickle slushie at Sonic one time, and it was not terrible.
Ew.
I'm not a big pickle.
I think that's good for like 2 sips and
Oh yeah, I didn't drink the whole thing. I just wanted it to try it, which
It's always good somebody else get it and you just try theirs.
exactly. Yeah.
I think that's the gimmick anyway. Is like they don't expect you to drink the whole thing. It's just you're gonna get it to try it.
Ooh, I think a
Can I have a
pickle
sample?
slushy with like peanut butter cookies. I feel like that would be good.
I could see it.
You just ruined it.
You get the sweet and salty together, and yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see it.
I like pickled things. I'm not a big pickle person.
Used to
so-
eat peanut butter and pickle sandwiches when I was little, so that fits. My cousin got me started on that because peanut butter and banana, and he's like, "Oh, peanut butter and pickles," and then that became a thing.
I feel like that's not a thing.
It's well, it was for us.
More normal than putting mayonnaise on a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I've heard that, and I think that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. And I like mayonnaise. I mean, but I'm not putting it on banana.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Well, some of the early ice cream flavors were actually things like Parmesan and oyster.
What?
Like back in the 18th century, savory ice cream
God.
flavors like asparagus, cheese, and seafood were not uncommon. Seafood?
What
Get out.
is that? No, thank you. Asparagus flavored ice cream in general lost me, but then you got, and I like asparagus, but ice cream?
Yeah, I
It's-
can't see
mm-mm.
seafood, period. I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand back then, yeah.
Like
no.
a shrimp flavored ice cream.
Oysters.
That's oysters.
like raw oysters.
God.
No, imagine the Ben and Jerry's version of it with the oyster chunks in it.
Oh my God. No, thank you.
Chunky monkey.
You're just opening canned oysters and putting in there.
Chase it with some lemon.
I feel like this went sideways.
That's so bad. Are you going to make that and bring it in? Please don't.
Now, was gelato considered ice cream?
No.
Or
No.
It's not ice cream.
do you like gelato?
I've never
over ice
tried
cream?
gelato.
I love it, but not over ice cream. Like, I mean, they're kind of their own thing.
I think it's a little more refreshing, a little bit more of a palate cleanser, not as heavy, not as more refreshing than anything.
I don't
Especially
know.
like a lemon gelato.
They're all like flavored. It's not like just a regular, gelato and ice cream are just different. Like when I think gelato, I definitely think you're adding things to it. It's not just by itself.
More of like a sherbet type.
Not really. It's creamy.
Yeah, it's definitely like in the Italian culture, it's much bigger than probably ice
Oh
cream.
yeah. Yeah, and if you ask an Italian, if you call gelato ice cream to an Italian, they're not gonna be happy with you. Yeah.
They're going to be at a loss for work. No, they're not. They're never for a loss for work.
No.
Well, we're hodgepodging this thing together on our.
You're having trouble with the English
No,
language
I really
today.
am.
Words are not wording today.
No, they're not. I'm so
What's
sorry.
in your bottled water?
But we are a little bit of a low budget, so we are gonna.
We're thrifty.
This
No,
brings
but-
us
Thrifty.
to our things to do portion of the podcast. So we're gonna have video on the screen if you guys want to watch. But this is from the Buzzed Bull Creamery in Pigeon Forge. So we're actually gonna watch their TikTok video. It's at buzzedbullcreamery.pf because it is in Pigeon Forge. So there's your KitchenAid attachment.
Oh, yeah.
See, look.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it is.
Did you go to this place, or is this a...
No, I've not been there.
Okay. I haven't been here. I never even knew this was a thing. I mean, it's rare that I go to Pigeon Forge anyway, because it's a pain in the butt to deal with the traffic up there.
So it's a liquid nitrogen ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And they also have boozy flavors. So you can, part of their video, it has that moonshine options. And let's see. So you can create your own.
I feel like I need to just go and do a bunch of these things this weekend.
So you can do like a little interactive version where you can like make your own. You can get the alcoholic version with the moonshine, or you can just get the kids friendly. But it looks like they've got like toppings and stuff that you can put in there, but it looks really fun.
Yeah, when I leave the house, it's usually to go to like away from people, not toward people. Like,
I was just over there Sunday.
Were you? Pigeon Forge?
Yeah, I just ran over real quick and back.
Yeah, I haven't been up there in a minute with the intent to like get out and do anything. Like usually
Pigeon
it's
Forge
passing
isn't
through.
as bad as Gatlinburg because you don't have to drive all the way out there. It's right there. So
They're both pretty far from Lenore City. So.
Tyler threatening to leave the house. I believe it when I see it.
I rarely stay at the house.
So yes, that is located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. If any of you guys want to go check that place out,
I'm going to go check that place out. That looks pretty cool.
we will get Tyler out of the house yet.
I mean, I've heard of the liquid nitrogen style ice cream places are kind of catching on. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen that lately in like TikToks and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go and try. I think it would be cool.
Now you got a little place that you can go.
Yeah.
When you open your cart, you can do nitrogen instead of the
Probably more trendy.
slab.
And it's the, have you
They probably
had,
do the same thing.
Have you had the rolled ice cream?
Yeah, I've had.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you had any idea what I was talking about.
Exactly.
They look like they'd be kind of a pain to make, but they also look like they would be
mixing
fun.
it all up. You got your spatulas and
Yeah.
Get Todd to help you. Give him a little hat and an apron.
Something about chopping up a Snickers.
I don't need a hat. I'm food safety set.
Oh, yeah. He's got no hair. I've got plenty.
Put Tyler in a hairnet.
Yeah.
Have you tried any of the Jack Daniel's ice cream?
I've
Have
seen
not.
it, but I haven't tried it.
Now that's a Coke float that you need to make.
Oh,
Jack and Coke float.
There you go.
It's been a while. I've had it before, but
A Jack and Coke float.
been a long time. Yeah.
Are we going to have one of those on the whiskey episode redo, part 2?
A little part 2 if we can ever pin Nick down.
Yeah, pinning him down. That feller.
All right. Well, I think that was a good episode. And again, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and check out any of our bonus real estate episodes if you're interested in something like that. And join us next Wednesday.
Yeah, check out our TikToks and our shorts because we do a lot of interesting things between the regular show, too.
Yep. Follow us on social media.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in East Tennessee, email us at holler@yarpod.com. You can also reach Brittany Hawkins at 423-270-9572, Todd Huber at 865-456-0101, Tyler Letner at 865-816-0076, and Nick Cantey at 865-250-5167. Our office at Wallace Real Estate can be reached at 865-584-4000. Make sure to ask for YARPod. See y'all next week.